Dyson running out of power too fast? Then it's time to replace the battery. Let's check this out. Dave Taylor here, and I have had this Dyson SV09 Absolute for a really long time. It was $599 when I first bought it. Now, you might be used to it having this stick on it and having different attachments and such, but this is sort of the core part of the vacuum, and it does work pretty darn well. But over the years and over hundreds of charges, it's lost a lot of its battery life, and it started out with a pretty small battery too. So I now barely use it because when I go to use it, I'm like halfway through even a small job and it dies, and I have to charge it again. So originally I was thinking, well, you know, maybe that's just the nature of these. But then I thought, let's get a new battery. So that's what this is. This is the EGR 6200 milliamp hour V6 Dyson replacement battery, and it is a perfect replacement for this and a whole lot of units. So it will replace the battery on the V6 Animal, the V6 Absolute, which is what this is, the Motorhead, the Fluffy, the SV03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 09, DC58, DC59, DC61. There's a lot of Dyson models that this will work with, and they have different styles. So if you don't have a V6, because this does not work with the V7 or the V8, it says right on top, V6. If you have a different one, then they probably have one of those batteries too. But this is the battery for this unit. Now here's the challenge, is that you got to take this battery out and replace it with this one. And that's what this piece is, but it's not super easy. So first off, let's do an unboxing, because they actually include a bunch of useful stuff. So you get two of what they call the pre-filters. I'm sorry, actually I think there's 3 of them in here. And the pre-filters all go on the top. That's what this piece is. And then there's actually a post filter. So this piece, let's just pull it out of the bag. This is really nice too. This goes on the end, and it's another filter. So basically, by using all these filters, what happens is you're actually improving your air quality, because if it's all full up, A, it's not actually working as well, but B, all of that like dust and microparticles are just coming back into your environment. Not good. So here's the battery itself. Let's pull it out and have a look. So let's see. Here we go. And it has a kind of a wicked top to it, but that's why they have the protective cover, which we will take off when we're ready. And then also in the box, they do not want to leave you high and dry. So there is an instruction manual, which we won't need because I already figured this out. And if you have even lost the manual, it actually has installation instructions on the side of the box. How handy is that? It also comes with the tools you need. You need a Phillips screwdriver, and it has spare screws, though you shouldn't need them theoretically. So you ready? This is a little tricky. I would highly recommend before you do this that you empty this as much as you possibly can, because you're going to be messing with it and it's going to be messy. So on these units, there is that red lever that you push down. So I'm going to push that down as far as it'll go. And then the whole thing just sort of tilts out. You saw that. It was pretty easy. Now, the bottom is now open, and if it was full, it would now be all over. But here's what we have here, and there are 2 screws that we need to undo. There's one behind here, and then there's one that is in the middle of the handle. And that middle of the handle screw, actually I can't even see the screw part because it's so old it literally has dust on it. But I'm going to use their handy little screwdriver, and we're going to undo the first screw. And that looks like we got that. So there's that first screw. We're going to put it aside. And then this second screw, we're going to have to come in at an angle. And Dyson, as is typical, has designed this so that the screw is also at an angle. Let's see, I think it's starting to loosen up. It's not an easy one to open up. So this one I'm doing more slowly. It is opening, but it might have been tightened by a machine, so it's not quite as smooth coming out. But I only need to do this once, so even if it's a little bit of a trick, here we go. Now I think we're getting somewhere. And there, I think I can just pull it out with my fingers now. So there's screw number 2. And if the instructions are accurate, then the battery should just pop off. Let's see. So here we go. So old battery meet new battery. So I'm going to put it in the same way. And it goes all the way in. And just out of curiosity, 2100 milliamp hour. So we're going from 2100 milliamps to 6200 milliamps. That's how much all of this technology has changed. And what a glorious improvement it is. Now, first screw we're going to put into the back. And let's see, where did I put my screwdriver? So I'm going to actually zoom forward on this part because it's not that exciting to watch me screw screws into my Dyson. All right, theoretically, it will work. So old battery will have to recycle. That's something that's important, to recycle batteries well. While we're at it, we will replace both the pre-filter, because why not put a brand new clean one in? Let's get this on here. So that just drops in. That's about as easy as it could be. And then the back, it unscrews. And I'll show you this close-up. It's looking like it's a little grimy, so we'll put the new one on. And that one just screws in like that. So we are good to go. We just need to put this back on. So one more step here and we're done. So for this, I have sort of experimented with different techniques. What I've found works best is make sure the very front is perfectly aligned, and then it all just snaps in. And now it's obviously working. I just vacuumed up the bits that fell. Now it looks almost identical, but there is an LED indicator that shows that it's in use, and it also has, the battery has built-in overcharge, overcurrent, overheat, and short circuit protection, which is great. So I am now good to go with a battery. Might as well plug it in and give it some more charge, which is done on the base here. So obviously that works too. And now the light is on to give me feedback that it is charging. And I have 2 spare intake or pre-filters. So that's really great. All of this is included. And as you saw, it's a couple of minutes of unscrewing and screwing and trying to figure out how to get this to come off and everything. But then you're done. And now I will have 23 minutes of runtime on this. If I put it on max, which you have that button on the back to give you maximum suction, it'll still give you 5 minutes on its most powerful mode. I will guarantee that when I was using this battery, my original battery, I was getting maybe 90 seconds on maximum mode. So this is a huge improvement. And that's really everything I got. So this is one that's definitely a fabulous upgrade. If you've had your Dyson for a couple of years, double check your model number against their compatibility. But as you saw, this is eminently doable by anyone who can handle a screwdriver. So I encourage you to check it out. Now, I am going to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Click or tap on that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon for notifications. Give me a thumbs up if you found this of value. Great. Okay, this battery here is the EGR 6200 milliamp hour V6 Dyson replacement battery. Comes with spare pre-filters, comes with this spare post filter. All of that's just included without you having to pay extra for it. The whole deal is $47.77 at Amazon.com. And to me, to have that give new life into my $599 Dyson vacuum is an absolute no-brainer. So I'm really glad that this all went so smoothly. I'm a little relieved that it went that smoothly, actually. And I'm ready to go and do some local vacuuming. So I'll catch you in my next video.